and Border to Border on iHeartRadio. We're also on our website at JiggyJaguar.com. Also, Roku Television today. And we have got a great guest joining us today to talk about a history-making announcement. The all-new electric F-150 Lightning. And with us today is national auto expert Mike Caudill. And Mike, how are you, my friend? Thanks for joining us today here on the big program.
Hey, well, thanks for having me on. In history making, you are 100% correct. You know, it's been a historical week here in Dearborn, just outside of Detroit with Ford Motor Company. You know, President Biden came to town and test drove this vehicle. Then last night, so that was Wednesday, Ford Motor Company debuted the vehicle to the rest of the world so everybody could learn more about it. And here it is. It's the all-new Ford F-150. This is the Lightning. Ford investing $22 billion into electrification over the next 4 years. But they're telling me that this thing is a truck first. It's a Ford F-150 first, 44 years as America's best-selling truck. And I wanted to just kick it off right here. Before I even tell you the price, check this out, right? No gas motor. So under here, they're calling it the frunk. You have the ability to put your cargo in here, your suitcases. You've got power outlets. You can hose it out. It's great. It's all about utility with this vehicle. Now, the big news for Ford Motor Company, check this, $80,000 starting price. Nope, $70,000 starting price. Not even close. Starting under $40,000 for this fully electrified Ford F-150 Lightning. Now, it all starts right here. This is the electrical power outlet. You're going to have two different battery options on this. The standard will be 230-mile range and a 300-mile range. That one will have 653 horsepower with 775 pound-feet of torque, which makes it really cool. You'll have 10,000-pound towing capacity. And for me, and I know both of you as well, who doesn't love a luxurious interior? Ford didn't lose that in mind when they built this vehicle. They wanted the interior to be luxurious. That is a massive 15.5-inch touchscreen on the inside. And for the first time, Ford will have what they're calling Blue Cruise. This is their level 2 autonomous driving feature where you can take your hands off the steering wheel, you can take your feet off the brake and accelerator, and you have a really cool driving experience. I have tested out autonomous driving before. This is going to be really cool. As we make our way around to the back, and I want to leave some time for you guys to ask me some questions, you got to check this out right here. 9.6 kilowatts of power. This is, there are 11 different charging outlets with this, and here's what's great. If you have a natural disaster like what happened down in Dallas when they lost power, you plug it in and look at that, boom. You can power your house. So really cool technology, you guys, and it's all about that price with this F-150, and you're not even taking into consideration the tax incentives. So that's what I got for you. So much news, right? 73 years building an F-Series truck. What do you think?
I think it is absolutely tremendous. I love the fact that you could power your house with this damn thing.
Yeah, it's amazing, right? So Ford Motor Company, they're trying to make sure that the consumer understands that this is an F-150 first, right? It's America's #1 truck for 44 years. You got to maintain that buyer, and they've done that. So when you look at the side profile, this thing looks like an incredible F-150 truck. The front, you got these cool LED lights that wrap around the front of this thing. Yep. And of course, you have this functionality as well. So they want you to know it's all about utility, and it happens to be propelled by electrification.
I think it's great. Pam Oakes, can you hear us? Do you have any questions?
I sure can.
Do you have any questions for our expert here today?
Yes, actually. How long did it take for Ford to develop this particular product? This new Lightning.
Yeah, so here...
The new Lightning.
Sure, yeah, here's what's great. So Ford has been in the process of developing, you have to divide it in two categories, right? Just electrification on its own. They introduced the Mach-E last year. They have the Ford Transit, so this is their third electrified vehicle, and that takes a few years to establish. The electrification of the F-150 has been in discussion for quite a few years, but these product planners, they work very fast. 3 years to get a vehicle into a product cycle. This is an all-new chassis, independent rear suspension. They're saying this is the most capable Ford F-150 to date.
That is amazing. That just is simply amazing, my friend. As we wrap up here, I want to go to Pam one more time. She is our automotive expert on this show. I know you probably got a couple more questions before we let our man go here.
Yes, real quick, you're talking about, and this is, like you said, the consumer base would be very interested in this, lighting up that house, especially those in hurricane states and tornado alley and so on and so forth. So how long will it light that house up for? 2 hours?
Yeah,
4
great
hours?
question. So, ready for this? This is like the price, not 80, not 70, under 40. Here's what's really cool. On a fully electrified, powered up F-150 Lightning, you can power your house up to 3 days. 3 days without power. And they have a monitor inside this vehicle that will give you an idea of how much draw you're taking on that electrification so that you can make sure that you monitor your house and monitor the vehicle at the same time. Ford thought about the questions that you have in advance of this vehicle coming to market. And that's what kind of differentiates them outside of some of the other automakers.
One last quick one. So how are we going to regenerate the power in that Ford to light up the house in case we're out of power for more than 3 days?
Yeah, so that's the ultimate question, right? You need to find or make sure that you have a way to power it before the natural disaster happens. Here's what's great. You have to think about it like normal gasoline. You're gonna put gasoline in your car every 4, 5, or 6 days. Yep. Every night you go home or you get to the office, you can power this vehicle in, and you start with a full tank of electrification every single day. That's the concept behind this vehicle. Of course, there are going to be extenuating circumstances, but Ford has really tried to think about every resolve. Over my shoulder, you can actually see the power outlet that goes on your wall. That's another option Ford Motor Company is going to have, a quick charger as well. The ability to charge this vehicle very, very quickly.
That is tremendous.
It is.
Just
Has anybody
amazing.
figured in what the electric bill is going to increase per household with one of these Lightnings? Is it going to be 5%, 10%?
Yeah, they haven't provided any calculations on it yet, but I can tell you out of personal experience, I've owned 2 plug-in hybrid electric vehicles that I plug in that get me up to 26 miles on a charge. It didn't make even a dent to my electrification, or I'm calling it electrification bill, my electricity bill at the house, no charge at all. I want to close it out with this just to give you guys a little more context. They launched this vehicle 12 hours after launching it. They opened up orders on this immediately, 20,000 plus orders with $100 down for that reservation. This vehicle is going to do very well on the market.
Fantastic, fantastic. Well, where do we go for more information before we let you go, my friend? You've been very helpful and knowledgeable today. And by the way, the behind the scenes, the people that have been putting this presentation together, you guys are fantastic as well. Yeah. But before we let you go, give us some details. We want to buy this puppy.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so there are 2 great spots to go. Of course, go to Ford.com, right? That's where you're going to learn a lot about this. If you want to see not just reviews on this vehicle, but all of the vehicles that we cover, you'll go to OurAutoExpert.com. That's where myself and my television counterpart online, we share a variety of different things happening in and around the auto industry. Appreciate you guys having me on.
Definitely. I appreciate it. Thanks for doing this.
Thanks, guys.
We really appreciate it. There they go.
Very nice.
And that is a tremendous, tremendous piece of business. And look at that. We made it work. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to us. Go over to JiggyJaguar.com for more information, and we will see you next time.